covering recruiting and the transfer portal for the Razorbacks. This is Inside Arkansas Recruiting with Dudley Dawson.
Welcome to this edition of Inside Arkansas Recruiting Podcast, sponsored by Goat Lab Brewery. I'm your host, Dudley Dawson. We have a special guest, Mr. Goat Lab Brewery himself, Bill Adams, one of Northwest Arkansas's best recruiters for sure. He's the great businessman. Has the Grove Comedy Club in Lowell, which recently had Nikki Glazer, the Golden Globes host, who has been a great comedian over the years. Her only comedy club show. She's just doing arenas in Las Vegas, and he's brought almost a dozen Saturday Night Live cast members and just so many other great comics within 5 minutes of my house, which I greatly appreciate. But Bill is also, along with his lovely wife, Rhonda, owner of the Goat Lab Brewery in Lowell, which was the original one, and also Goat Lab Red, which opened at 1214 North Garland about the same time the season started, and it's gone much better. The business has gone much better than the football season this year. Just talk about Goat Lab Red and how it's come along.
Well, I will tell you, I need to apologize to your viewers that went there, I guess, 2 weeks ago when literally we ran out of food. The place was so packed. It was raining outside, so everyone had canceled all their tailgates, and they tailgated at Goat Lab Red. And over the course of 5 hours, they literally bought everything that we had. We had run out of food. So I apologize, but I'm not really upset about it. So we were well stocked when we started that day, but gosh, it was an eventful day. That was for sure.
3 p.m. game this weekend. That's always a great situation for you in terms that people could stop by just down from the university, as we said. I always tell all the older folks just right around where Mr. Burger used to be there, just off campus.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Let me give a shout out to my friend Lucky Luke's over there, Brian at Lucky Luke's. So just 2 doors down. It's a nice little quaint location that we put in there. We used to be home to, I think, Renzo's Italian Steakhouse. And so we kept most of the stuff the same, kind of newed it up, if you will. That's N-E-W-E-D, not N-U-D-E-D. So we made it look nice and new and cleaned it up. And so anyway, that being said, it's a great place to come and have a pre-tailgate, post-tailgate party, or just tailgate there during the game. It's a lot of fun.
And I talk about it a lot, but obviously German craft beers are your number one thing. And obviously pizzas at the Lowell location and a great menu at the one in Fayetteville. Talk about that a little bit.
So here at the mothership, if you will, in Lowell, Arkansas, GOAT Lab stands for Greatest of All Time Lowell, Arkansas Brewery. When we first opened 3 years ago, we were the only brewery in Lowell, Arkansas, so we could make that claim. We've been growing, and the place has been getting busier and busier. And of course, the opportunity to have a small little tap room in Fayetteville opened up. So, and of course, that's my hometown. I love Fayetteville, love the people there. So I thought, hey, we'll save some people a long drive to Lowell and put in a spot down there. But the menu there was designed by Chef Will Mock, one of the top chefs in the state. It's college fairs food. It's burgers, hot dogs, and chicken strips and chicken wings. But it's the best burger you're going to find in Fayetteville, Arkansas. I dare everybody else to have a burger competition with me. So Chef Will did a great job designing the burgers. They taste great. It's just everything's done from scratch. Even our French fries are done from scratch. So you got to come in there. Of course, pair it with a Goat Lab beer. What's better?
And it's well known we're good friends, and we have a lot of discussions off the air, as they say. You get a very unique perspective in that you're a business owner here in Northwest Arkansas, so you want to see success with the football team, but you're a fan also, and you also have been a booster and have been one that has put money into not only the athletic program, but the NIL program and different things. We even had a show at one point before the NIL exploded too much. Just talk to me a little bit about the situation you see at Arkansas now. You are a pilot. You've taken some of the coaches around. You've seen different ways they operate. You've had a chance to be on the inside a little bit. It's got to be an interesting situation for you right now as a business owner and a fan, that we're in such a state of flux at the moment.
Right. Well, of course, first off, I'm a fan first, always a fan first. I graduated University of Arkansas. My entire family has graduated University of Arkansas, except my daughter, who is in her 5th freshman year. She will graduate, I'm sure, because eventually the money will run out. She's going to have to. But the thing about Arkansas is it's always been in a state of flux. You've known that. You've been covering recruiting for 1,000 years. The NIL thing has changed the dynamic of everything we're looking at. And like you said, we started off with an NIL show, putting money into students' pockets. We've contributed to the NIL program through the Edge. We were a sponsor with Learfield. We've done everything we could, and still, it's just not enough, right? The students are demanding more, but it's also, we've got to figure out where it goes in the programs, and the coaches and the lawyers and the administrators and the board of trustees. Every 6 months, it's a new playbook for them on the NIL. And what do we do now? How can we do it? I've been watching. Of course, I'm friends with a lot of the coaches and the staff. Our Vice Chancellor Hunter Yurchek, also athletic director, obviously, but watching what he has to go through and talking to him about it, it's not an easy labyrinth to figure out. It's quite difficult because of the changes. And, of course, our fans are always wanting, if you ask me, I say the fans are always wanting too much. They want a championship team every year. And regardless of whether or not we have new coaches or new students or new team players, they want a championship team every year. I mean, it's admirable to want that, but realistically, with the new NIL and the way that students can go from using the portal, go from one school to the other, regardless of commitments, it's near next to impossible. But eventually, I think it will settle in, and the dynamic of the game will change. But the fan base will have to understand that it's just a different.
You and I have talked about this a lot. Hunter Yurchek, as an athletic director, has done a great overall job, but football gets most of the attention, certainly during football season. So that's where he's come under criticism a lot. Just your thoughts on his overall job. We've talked about this a lot.
Yeah, I mean, his job is a thankless one whenever we're not winning, and when we are winning, they're not even looking at him; they're looking at other people. It's just one of those strange positions with the university where you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't type scenario. So, now, not to give him more credit than what he deserves. I will tell you, from time to time, I've even looked and said, "Hunter, damn it!" But it comes with the territory. We're used to it.
Whether it's comedians or chefs or whatever, you've got to go out and get the best people. And that's what Arkansas is in the process of trying to do right now. We'll see if Bobby Petrino is elevated from interim or if they bring somebody else in. There's obviously a lot of candidates being mentioned. As you look at it as a fan first, a new head coach, what would you like to see out of a new head coach? Maybe not in terms of X's and O's, but what he would bring to the program.
Well, first, two things. One is I was actually offered the job as a head football coach about 3 weeks ago. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Couldn't get that $15 million buyout worked in there.
Well, Hunter offered me the position, and truest words were never spoken. Scout's honor, he offered me the position of head football coach. Well, it was head flag football coach, but still, it's head football coach.
It's an Olympic sport now.
Just saying, the job was offered, and I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet, though. But I am recruiting for all my assistant head coaches now. So if you know anybody out there that has done a lot of flag football that wants to compete on a D1 level, you just let me know.
There you go.
But your question was, what do I look for as a fan? from the new head coach. I will tell you, a cross between Nick Saban and Ted Lasso is what I'm looking for. Somebody who understands the game, understands the concept, how to help the players mature and become good people. And that's what I'm looking for from a head coach. I look at the money that these kids are now getting, and when they get it, they blow it like they're children. Buying $100,000 Corvette while you're a sophomore in college is a stupid thing to do. You take the $100,000, put it into an index fund. By the time you graduate college, that index fund is now worth $175,000, and then you can go on to a better future in life. But they're not. They're not being advised on how to spend money. All they're doing is their agents are getting them money, and then that's the end of the day. So the agents are getting their cut. They don't care about the players. The coaches are having to negotiate all these different things with agencies and stuff. And at the end of the day, the students are losing the biggest asset, our biggest thing they could actually gain from the University of Arkansas or any university from the coaches, and that is lessons on life and how to become a good person.
You know, we've had a little, when NIL first started up, we've had a little background thing, but I never thought I'd be in a situation where we would be talking to lawyers, agents, and all of that. We kind of got in on the ground floor of that, didn't we?
Should we go ahead and make public what actually happened in this case?
Whatever.
So for your fans and also mine, sorry, I kicked the table there. We were doing well. We were getting students coming to a show that you and I created called Hog Trough. And we were live streaming the shows. We were making a little bit of money, and we were giving 100% of that money to the players. The goal was to build the show up and make it in a good event and get it sold out, and then start advertising or getting advertisers to also jump in on that show. And then again, funnel that money straight to the kids. And we hadn't even made a dime yet. And we had a student that was scheduled to come, and his lawyer agent called, a day or two before, and said he wanted many, many, many thousands of dollars to appear. And we were offering, I think, $500 or something of that nature. But he wanted something in the range of $5,000 or $10,000. It's like, well, hold on. The show doesn't make $5,000. It doesn't make $500. I'm donating money out of my own pocket to make this happen. We're trying to build this. And so he reneged on coming to the show, even though we had a contract and everything else. They reneged on it. And once the lawyers got involved, we finally said, you know what? They're all thinking there's these millions of dollars out there, and there's not. So
you had a plane.
Okay, I wasn't going to mention that, but yeah, the lawyer said, you're going to pay me $5,000 or $10,000. I can't remember what it was, but it was somewhere in there. You're going to pay me all this money because you own a plane. I said, what does that have to do with this show? The show needs to support itself and do that. And they said, no, because you own a plane, you're going to pay this money. I said, no, you don't understand. I don't get bullied by lawyers. We'll just cancel the show. And that's where it ended, right then and there.
Yeah, and I was all for them paying as much as you could, because I was getting the fee as well, but it wasn't my money. So, I knew full well what we were doing there. But there's just an example I wanted to bring up. By the way, that guy's not in any professional league here in the United States. At least we're not going to out him. But it's one of those things. Wish him well. We wish him well, and his team well.
I'm glad you wish him well, but he basically got exactly what he earned and deserved. He's not in professional sports. So this is the most money that kid was ever going to make. And it was all because of attitude, if you ask me. The attitude was, give me everything I can, give me everything right now. Like that's not the point of sports. Sports is learning how to become a team player, learning how to contribute just as much as you need people to help you. So it's something I'd like to see come back in the sport. NIL is not helping it, but at the same sense, NIL does help these kids that they don't have anything when they come up here, and it allows them to live. So I can't argue that the program is bad, but the way it's being administered right now, it's not where it needs to be.
Yeah, the doors were just thrown wide open. It became the wild, wild west. And we're not against players getting money. That's the day and age we're in now. But it's you just have to regulate. And I think you made a really good point. I mean, we were telling kids that you're going to have to pay taxes off of this and stuff like that. Right. The university's now doing a much greater program, much greater job, and then letting all these kids know about it. But again, right off the bat, we were giving them financial tips, which is pretty good for you. I'm not sure about me, but I just wanted to give the fans kind of a backdoor thing that was happening with recruiting going on back then. That is going to be an important part, whoever they hire, of getting Arkansas back competitive again and getting money in the program.
Yeah, but it's strange because the first conversations I know that the recruiters had in the past were, let's talk about your abilities, but let's also talk about your grades. Let's talk about what you'll need to succeed in college. Now college isn't even a conversation because, Calipari will tell you that his goal is to get them from a student to a professional as quick as possible. So, he's almost has to start a new team every year. Look at our baseball team. We lost 11 players last year. We have a new baseball team every year. All of our sports are basically starting off fresh, and it's not easy to go and recruit whenever the things that you used to recruit with aren't even a tangible item anymore. Now it's simply, do you have talent, and how much money do we pay for the talent?
And obviously we said 3 p.m. game this weekend with Mississippi State. Mississippi State has lost 16 SEC games in a row. They have no sympathy for Arkansas, who's lost 7.
They'll be 17 next week.
Yeah, 7 in a row. So looking forward to that game. As we said, Goat Lab Bread will have the watch party and be there before and after.
Progressive Wings.
Progressive Rings. And go ahead and explain that to them. And the number one thing is you want to see points scored if you're the fan, maybe not the owner.
Right. So during football season, we're doing what's called Progressive Wings, or I guess it's degressive wing, but Progressive Wing. So as our score progresses up, the cost of the wings go down. We already start off half price for the wings to begin with. So you buy 6 wings at $1 each, so $6. Razorbacks score 10 points. Just say. We'll double the Razorback score, so we'll lower the price of the wings by 20 cents. Now, if Mississippi State scores 10 points, we lower it by 10 points until the wings are free. And then once they're free, you can eat all you want. However, you have to buy wings throughout the process. Still, it's a great deal to begin with. I mean, you're already starting on $1 a wing. Let's say we only scored 7 points. You're still getting wings at, let's see, $14.86. You can do that all day long and still be money ahead. So that being said, we want the wings to get down to free. We just think that by the time it gets down there, you're already going to be full, but it's a fun game.
Yeah, and I have done my due diligence. As a research guy, I've had the wings, I've had the burger, I've had some other stuff. Let me some cheese curds, by the way. I can't. Yes, they sponsor the show. Yes, the Adams do a great job, but I wouldn't, as they say on TV. Not only am I am a client, but I'm a customer as well. So, yes. Enjoy my time there. As we said, 3 p.m. game. The Arkansas will have some unofficial visitors here. We'll have a few more of those names on tomorrow's recruiting live update show. As we talk about, it's a big time for Arkansas. Whether it is going to be Bobby Petrino elevating or new coach coming in. I think in November, you're going to see some movement one way or the other, because right in December 3rd through 5th is a high school signing day. And then January, you can't wait around. The powers that be are going to be looking to do things. The guys that will be here this weekend, the guys that will come in December 3rd through 5th, we'll continue to monitor those situations, have updates. Thought it was interesting. It tells you how the season's going. We did our first update the other day of a guy adding to the list since the season started. That was Harry Slocum, the big defensive tackle from Farmersville, Louisiana, and got him back. You always are happy when you get a 6'3", 300 to 325 pound defensive lineman back. Those are the kind of guys you need to win in the SEC. But we'll keep it updates on that. Again, I want to thank you, Bill, for stopping by, and I'm sure I'll see you this weekend as we've been known to hang out at the same places.
I'll be at the Go Lab Red during Progressive Wings, and we're going to be watching the game there. We might even have a giveaway or two. Who knows? But I got to tell all your fans, when I first met Dudley, he introduced himself to me as I'm a big fan of the club, Bill, but I'm kind of a big deal myself. And I really appreciate you being a big deal there, Dudley.
Well, I try, and I don't remember that, but it does sound like something I might have said when I was 18. So I probably said it when I was 52.
Listen,
you're the big deal, though. You're the big deal.
No. The story, you were the big deal because our ticketing system had failed, and so we had 0 tickets sold for a Saturday night show. You'd come to the Friday night show. This is where we first met, and I announced from the stage, guys, we had a problem. It's fixed now, but if you could tell your friends, please, about the show, we'd really appreciate it. And that's whenever you said you were a big deal, but you posted on your Instagram and your social feeds, and we did a great job selling the show, and they all said they came because of you. So you saved our business and saved the show that weekend. And since that weekend, I said, I think I'm going to just be friends with this guy. He's a pretty nice guy. And you asked for nothing in return. That was great. Nothing in return.
Yeah,
and I gave you nothing in return.
Yeah, the Tuscalite Razorback NIL thing I've got going. No, nobody needs to know about that. But,
we won't talk about that.
Yeah, but again, wanted just to thank you for stopping by. Be sure to subscribe to us here. All the great content on Inside Arkansas and on YouTube and wherever you get your audio podcast, you can listen to it as well. Looking forward to seeing what the month of November holds. October was certainly interesting. And as I always say, let's remember that yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. Let's go out and do something to make the world a better place. And we will see you next time on Inside Arkansas Recruiting Podcast.